We're starting today with gut wrench offense, and when we're talking about gut wrench offense, there's a few things that we need to talk about to make this effective and to make sure that we're not forecasting to our opponent which direction we're going. Because that's half the battle, I think, is staying very neutral in the offensive position so our opponents don't know which way we're going. If an opponent knows which way we're going on a gut wrench, we can stop it. It's pretty easy to stop if you know basic position defensively. But the key is to, as long as we can, keep it very neutral. So there's three things I'm going to talk about. One is head position, one is hand and arm position, and the other is leg position. Okay, so first is head position. I want everything centered. When we have a lock in here, I want our head looking forward. Right here, I don't want to be looking one way or the other. This is a sign to our opponents where we're going. Okay? If I'm looking to the left, I'm probably not going to roll across my face. So I'm probably going to the right side. And that's a pretty good sign for the bottom person to start fighting. So again, looking straight forward, okay? That's the first thing. Second thing is our lock. Okay, sit up once. When we lock our hands, I'm going to go everything left to right. Okay, so when I lock my hands on a gut wrench, okay, my left arm is going to be bicep deep. Okay, my left arm is going to be closest to my opponent, and the other one's coming round and round. It's a butterfly lock. Okay, and I'm pinching with my elbows. I'm not squeezing here, but I'm pinching with my elbows. At the same time, I'm sticking my chest out. Okay, so right in here. So my lock, the cross of my lock should be centered on her body, and I'm right on the rib cage underneath the brow line. Okay, I don't want to be too low. Now I'm into the soft tissue, and I don't want to be too high. We're doing a mid-level gut today, so I'm right underneath the brow line, and squeezing from there. Okay, the next thing that we're going to talk about is leg positioning. Again, if I start on one side on a gut wrench, it tells my opponent which way I'm going on the gut. So I want to make sure that I'm centered with that as well. My leg positioning should be a knee on each side, okay, straddling my opponent, and my feet are centered and they're high enough so I have good pushing and good range of motion. We need to get a lot of range of motion so we can push forward. Okay. So now when we put it all together, okay, it's going to look something like this. I'm getting the lock deep, okay, bicep deep, chest out, okay. I'm leaning back, now I'm pushing forward with my chest. Now for the sake of learning this, I want my opponent to push back a little bit. I'm pushing forward, I'm stepping high with my inside left leg, okay, high with my outside, my right leg, then driving. Okay. So you can see that from reverse angle. Okay. And right here, in good position, I'm tripoding forward, full extension with my legs, step high inside, extend, step high outside, extend. Okay. Once I'm here, once they're loaded in my lap, now I can pop my hips. The squeeze with our arms makes the lock tight, but what really tightens it up is the driving with my legs. It's almost impossible for me to do a gut wrench if I can't push from the inside of our legs. Okay? I've got to be able to at least have one leg on the inside. So I'm trying to stay neutral as long as I can, because if our opponent starts leaning one way or the other, my direction may change. Okay, both arms are deep, so I'm not giving anything. But if I start driving forward, okay, I'll push back a little. If I start driving forward right here, and she starts leaning one way with her hips, I'm going to go that direction. Whichever way I feel her hip turning, I want to be able to step high inside with the opposite leg, and then high outside on that near side, on that lower hip side. So we may have a plan to go right, but if she's giving us the opposite reaction, we're going to be able to change directions very quick. Okay? Let's go through that a couple times. I'm going to get my arm deep, locked, everything centered. Okay, head centered, legs are centered, arms are centered. I squeeze, I tripod, step high inside, step high outside,